Hello, I'm Doug, and this is the Taste and Sensibility channel. And here we are at day 3 of the 2020 Whiskey Advent Calendar. This comes from Secret Spirits. This was introduced to me by Scott and Bart of Scotch Test Dummies a few years back. They had Jonathan Bray on, and it really impressed me because it's all cask strength Scotch malt whiskey. Single malts. And this, I've complained about big boxes before, but this one's really huge. I can barely look over it. And pulling out the daily samples is quite a chore. So let me tilt this back a little. I'm looking for day number 3 here. Hey, there it is. So I'm tasting these blind and just trying to entertain myself and test myself. So I need to pull these out without seeing what's going on. Boom. And without destroying my set with the weight of this thing and the bulk. So I hope you can still see it there. I'm getting a nice collection of little discs with numbers on them too. So I'm going to open this up without seeing what's in it. In the bottle here. I think it's glass. And I'm going to pour out 25 milliliters. From the 50 that are in the bottle, saving half of it for somebody else. And then I'm going to hide the bottle in this little lens hood, a little shroud that keeps me from seeing the label. I can see the top of the bottle, and that's all. Ooh. So these are high quality whiskeys, independent bottling, so no color added, no chill filtering, and cask strength. For the most part, is the general rule on all these things. So, it could be really interesting. They could go against the house style or the usual profile for a distillery. And they could just do all sorts of odd things. Plus distilleries I've never tasted or heard of. So I'm just going to nose and taste and try to figure out what I can about the ABV, the age, the region, and maybe what the maturation has been. What kind of wood it's been in. So, here I'm getting a fairly standard malt. I'm not getting any peat. I'm not getting any sherry notes so far. It's not especially malty. And I'm getting the high ABV. It's at least 50%. Okay, a few more things are falling out. Into my nose. Maybe a little bit of vanilla, a little bit of oak. And a lot of ethanol. Oh, this one's hiding. It's not giving me a lot on the nose. Tiny bit of maltiness. No real fruit notes, no peat, no sherry evidence yet. So this nosing is not going to be very productive, so I'll just start drinking. Tasty, tasty. That's what I meant to say. Wow. Buttery, buttery, buttery. Maybe a tad salty. I've tasted that flavor before. What is that? Okay, that's weird. I'm looking for malt and I'm not getting any, but I'm not sure what the thing is I'm getting. It might be some sort of grain whiskey with a real active cask. So I'm getting a strange sort of vanilla-y, buttery. Yeah, it's not quite savory, but it's very interesting. Flavors are very forward, but they're not usual malt whiskey flavors. The vanilla is normal, but there's more than normal. That is really odd. Okay, some very strange cask type for the maturation, or it's not even a malt. I think it might be a grain whiskey. It'd have to be a pretty spectacular cask for 10, 15 years or more to taste like that, especially if it's a single cask. The ABV is not especially high here by taste. Some about it is familiar also. So I'm going to be guessing wrong and then die of embarrassment when I find out what it is that I know so well from something. It's going to be strange. There's a tad bit of saltiness, but it's not a lot of marine notes. It's not a mouthfeel familiarity. There's nothing special about the mouthfeel that's familiar. It's a buttery character to the in the flavor. So I would start saying it's some kind of Irish. It's some kind of Irish pot still, but the label says Scotch Whisky Advent Calendar, right? It does say that, right? It does. So I'm not going to go that way. But why does it taste buttery? I'm going to go down that road that it's a grain. That throws off the age, because it's got to be in a cask quite a while to have this kind of treatment. So I'm saying 15 years old, at least, maybe more. ABV's 50% or less. It's not a strikingly high ABV. Region, I don't even know if that matters for a grain whiskey. But there's only a few grain whiskey distilleries. Very tasty, very good, not malty. So I'd say it's a bourbon cask. And a grain distillery. In a kind of a medium age, like 15, 16, 18 years. And I still haven't got a hint of malt. The butteriness is fairly pleasing and appealing and wonderful. And I'm about out of notes and things to say about it. So here goes the embarrassing reveal. (1996) Samaroli Spey, 19-year-old. Glentauchers Benriach. So it sounds like a blend. Samaroli Spey, Glentauchers and Benriach. So that's two distilleries. Sounds like a two-way blend that's 19 years old. Cask type American oak. Region Speyside, 43% ABV. So I got a lower ABV. That is such a strange flavor. So 19 years is going to put you way over on the cask influence side, and much less on the spirit-driven side. So I can see how the wood could cover up. I don't know what Samaroli means, so maybe that's the thing to research. So the maltiness of the spirit has been diminished by all those years in the cask. And then the blend can certainly hide some of the characteristics. Some of the standout things from Glentauchers or from the Benriach could be hidden by blending and hiding and accentuating different things. Okay, I've learned my lesson. Just because it's not malty doesn't mean it's grain. Start thinking about age. Age. Okay, that's good. This is wonderful to taste all these different flavors and aromas and experience them without thinking it's some fantastic bottle or some amazing thing that you've got to have or something that everyone's all hyped up about. It's just interesting to try these things. And it's really easy to appreciate them. That was just great. That's just great. So, as usual, please like the video, leave a comment or a question, and tell me if you've had anything like this before. And subscribe and click on that bell to get notified when the new videos come out every Monday or so. But in December, it's every day up through Christmas. So, come back for more, and Merry Christmas, everyone.